The U.S. and Ukraine have officially signed that minerals deal that they worked so long and hard on. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent joined Mornings with Maria to lay out the dynamics of the deal. Listen.
This is an economic partnership, so we are going to accelerate the Ukraine economy. National security is economic security, just rare earths. It's infrastructure, it's energy. So there's the opportunity here for both sides to really win. I think this is a strong signal to the Russian leadership, and it gives President Trump the ability to now negotiate with Russia on even a stronger basis.
Senator Steve Daines, Republican from Montana, joins me now. Senator, do you think that this will help Russia to come to the table to finally make a peace deal?
Well, I do. I think this is another great win by President Trump, and congratulations to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent for getting this deal signed. Look, Ukraine is rich in these critical minerals that we need. And remember, there's dependencies on places like China and Russia for these critical minerals. This allows us to get a much more secure supply chain with this agreement with Ukraine. It's materials like lithium, like titanium, critical to the United States. But second, as you mentioned, this now gives President Trump a stronger hand in negotiating with the Russians with this strong partnership on critical minerals with Ukrainians.
All right, next one, Senator. Listen to what President Trump said about ongoing efforts to fix the economy. Roll it.
We're turning it around. It's a big ship to turn around, and we're going to have the greatest country financially in the history of the world, I believe. I think we're going to do things that, and we had to do it. We reset the table. We were being ripped off by every single country with just about without exception. And I don't even blame those countries. I blame the person that was sitting right here where I am for allowing it to happen.
So, Senator, we are still waiting we're with bated breath for that first one to come in. Who do you think is the first country that's going to come in with a deal?
Well, I know President Trump and his team are aggressively working around the clock with literally 60 to 70 countries to frame a deal as it relates to having better access for American companies into those countries and to really level the playing field, to make it fair and to put forward this America First agenda. So I know there's a lot of countries on the short list. I'm going to let Secretary Bessent and Trade Ambassador Greer to make that decision, but I know they've got several right at the goal line. I'm looking forward to hearing those announcements. I think it's important they start showing some of these wins as well to see the end here to these tariff means we seek here at the moment.
Well, if you won't give me a specific, let me force one on the table here. If we get a deal with the EU, with the European Union, we had some good comments from a number of EU commissioners over the past week or so. If we get a deal with the EU, won't that force China to come to the table, because they can't deal against the U.S. and Europe at the same time, can they?
Well, nothing delivers more success than a first step of success. I think success will breed success in getting these deals done. So I agree with you, and that will send a strong signal around the world exactly where the end game is with the Trump administration, getting these great deals that are going to allow us to remove some of these tariff and non-tariff barriers to allow American companies to compete fairly around the world. But you go back to China, the China and the United States are 42% of the world's economy. The U.S. has the largest economy. China is number 2. In fact, China's economy is 3 times bigger, nearly 4 times bigger than the third largest economy, and that's Japan and then Germany. And so all eyes are going to be on these initial deals, but I think that will be basically an entree to serve up a important deal with China. It's important that we eventually resolve this trade dispute with China. It's important for the world. It's important, especially the United States. There's a couple places we can start with China. One is they've got to stop shipping the precursors of fentanyl to the Mexican cartels.
Yes.
Stop, and
Absolutely.
It's a cease and desist. Number 2 is we've got a phase 1 trade deal that I was part of negotiating back in 2019 in Beijing with Senator Perdue, now Ambassador Perdue to China. We helped President Trump get that phase 1 trade deal in Beijing. We should start there in terms of some of the unfulfilled commitments that were made back in 2019 with the government of China.
Yeah, they made commitments and didn't follow through with them. Senator Daines, thank you so much. Appreciate it.